when it comes to mushrooms, most of us know of white mushrooms. We've heard of portobellas, maybe shiitakes, but I was in downtown Detroit the other day and I happened to find a mushroom store, and I was so excited because I found lion's mane. Have you ever heard of lion's mane? This is so wonderful. This is one of the best mushrooms on the planet. Lion's mane mushroom, this cooks up and it tastes like crab meat. So it's real light and flaky. It has this sweet flavor, and just fry it up with a little bit of grass-fed butter. It is so wonderful. Lion's mane has actually been shown to be very helpful with things like memory and focus. It's excellent for inflammation. It's super high in antioxidants, so it is so good for your health. The other mushroom that I picked up to cook for dinner is an oyster mushroom. And this particular oyster mushroom, when you fry this up with a little bit of butter, these little edges, they're so thin and they'll get nice and crispy, and it's like a little mushroom potato chip. It's so yummy. So I'm gonna fry these babies up with some walleye, which is locally caught. Walleye is a wonderful white fish. I'm gonna coat it with a little bit of garbanzo bean flour, and again, a little pan sear on that. And then I've already cooked up, I've got some broccoli rabe that I sauteed up with a little bit of olive oil. So I'm gonna have an amazing dinner tonight. But when it comes to mushrooms, I want you to think about what are the other mushrooms that you can find that you can experiment with. If you see other mushrooms out there, pick them up. They have so many great health benefits. In fact, a lot of them are considered medicinal mushrooms. And what that means is that they've been taken, harvested, and concentrated. So this is actually a medicinal mushroom tincture. And we always have this in our house. And I sell this in my office as well because it's super highly concentrated in mushrooms. It helps to help boost the immune system. It helps to improve your energy. But if you have colds or flus or anything like that going around, you want to start dosing with the mushroom tincture. The other thing too is my daughter was sick a few weeks ago, and so I was able to give her this because her throat was all swollen and it hurt. She couldn't really eat or drink anything, but we were able to at least get this into her. So I love the mushroom tincture for health, immunity, and especially going into the winter months. This is another one that we have on hand. This is called chaga, C-H-A-G-A, and chaga, I believe, grows on birch trees. And this particular one, so this has been dehydrated and put in, it's almost like a granular form. And you can put this in coffee, hot water. I'll throw a teaspoon of it in my shake, my nutritional shake. But chaga is really good for energy, again, memory, focus, antioxidants. Chaga, I was reading up a little bit on chaga, and it says it's the king of mushrooms. I don't know, I've heard a similar thing about lion's mane. So either way, they're all really amazing. And they all have different flavors. I actually haven't seen a chaga that you could cook with. So a lot of medicinal mushrooms, you can't cook with them. They're strictly used for tinctures and supplements. This particular one, this is actually one of my favorites as well, and this is called Coffee Break. It literally tastes like coffee, but this has a mixture of chaga, it has some lion's mane in it, some reishi mushroom, and this also has chicory root, roasted chicory root, and roasted dandelion root, which are incredible prebiotics for your gut flora. So you can help make sure you have a healthy gut with this. And also really, this helps you to wean off of coffee. If you're drinking too much coffee, this is a really nice substitute. You're probably seeing, if you look in the store, you'll be able to see more supplements like this or more products like this that are mushroom supplements. So they just come in a bag, they're powder. You could throw them in a smoothie, again, just in some hot water, maybe add a little coconut milk to that. Just something to spruce up another hot drink for yourself. But this is really my favorite. It's so wonderful. So when it comes to mushrooms, I want you to think outside of the box. And if you see wild mushrooms like this, go ahead and try them out. A lot of friends of mine, they will actually wild harvest mushrooms. So we've had chicken of the woods. It actually has the consistency of chicken. You have to cook it for a really long time. It gives me digestive upset. Chicken of the woods is a really hard one for a lot of people to digest, but people who can eat it without any trouble, they absolutely love it. It is a wonderful flavor, but I just don't like the way it feels on my digestion. There's another one called maitake. Maitake is used a lot in these tinctures. In fact, this tincture here has maitake in it, and maitake, again, super highly antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. And that's another one that a lot of people will wild harvest. I have some in my freezer. I have some dehydrated. It's wonderful. It's probably one of my favorite, most accessible mushrooms. So that I do have access to the maitake, but not always access to the lion's mane. And you can actually go online also, and you can find kits for mushrooms. I believe I bought a lion's mane kit one time, and it didn't fruit very well, so I was a little bummed out about that. But for tonight, dinner, lion's mane mushroom, some good walleye dredged in garbanzo bean flour, and my broccoli rabe. So I'll show you how it goes after we get things cooking. So you can already see how these are starting to brown up and just get nice and crispy. Oh my gosh. You can smell all the garlic in there. I've got fresh garlic that I picked up from a local farm, and there's nothing like fresh garlic. Okay, those are all set to go. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Okay, I just gotta cook my walleye and then dinner's ready. Okay, there you go. There's dinner. So there's our wild mushrooms with our oyster mushrooms and lion's mane, some broccoli rabe sauteed with fresh garlic, and I put a little bit of nutritional yeast in there to add some flavor, some salt, pepper on there as well. And there is my walleye, and I actually dredged it in organic cornmeal because I couldn't find my garbanzo bean flour, but that is dinner. So by all means, find yourself some wild mushrooms, cook them up. They're delicious. Enjoy.